Good afternoon, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist Bob here for you with today's tropical update for Thursday, June 9th, 2011. The Atlantic side of the tropics are fairly quiet today. Here we were watching our disturbance here that was tagged Invest 94L earlier this week. I showed you that this upper level low was going to move, mid to upper level low was going to move into the eastern Gulf of Mexico a few days ago, and that was really going to affect this thing with a lot of shear, and that's exactly what it did. Pretty much ripped it apart. We still have a weak area of low pressure that's going to be crossing Cuba here and then move up towards the Bahamas this weekend. Unfortunately for Florida, this area is going to be a little too far east to bring us really the much needed rain that we need, and it's really going to miss most of the southern states here totally. So they're not even going to get in on this tropical moisture here because this upper level system is going to move northeast. And so is our system going to move northeast. So it's going to shut most of the big tropical moisture off to the east of Florida. So, boy, we miss out again on this. The islands have really been, Haiti has had some deaths reported because of flash flooding. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, all getting in on very heavy rains throughout this week. And for Florida, we just can't buy any rain. And, of course, throughout the south as well. Very dry conditions, a lot of wildfires, hot. So again, this is going to move off to the east this weekend. There are some model differences where the NAM and the GFS want to bring the moisture a little farther north. Right now it's looking like anywhere from Tampa to Orlando south is going to get most of the rainfall the next few days from this system. There are chances that it could creep a little farther north. I mean, if anything, across North Florida and Southeast Georgia, at least by Sunday, it may increase the moisture in the air a little bit, that if we could work with some sea breezes, we could get some thunderstorms to develop. But again, this isn't going to be a drought buster. Again, the best chances of rain are going to be south of Tampa and Orlando for the weekend. And again, off to the Bahamas and eastward. Little area of low pressure is going to try to develop and move northeast through early next week. But again, doesn't look tropical in nature. Still a lot of wind shear in this area. So no tropical development, at least for the next week, maybe even more. As I'll show you, the MJO is going to be unfavorable for the next couple weeks. So looks like we're going to be in for a few weeks of quietness here in the tropical Atlantic here. As far as the Pacific side, I don't normally forecast for the Pacific, but I just wanted to show you we do have our first storm and first hurricane of the season, Adrian. Not going to affect any land. Basically, it's been just the effects from Mexico have been rough seas, but this is going to move away from land. It's now a major hurricane, and again, the forecast is through the weekend into early next week. As it moves towards the west-northwest, it'll encounter cooler waters and eventually weaken to a tropical storm and then a depression. Right now, 115 mile per hour winds, so this makes this a major hurricane. If we look on the satellite view this afternoon, you can see very well-defined hurricane. Beautiful CDO ring right here, red right around the eye. And again, not going to affect any land, which is the good news. So just something nice to watch out here. Our first hurricane of the season in both the Atlantic and the Pacific areas. Now, as far as that rainfall forecast, this is the HPC. This is the what they think is going to be for models how much precipitation is going to fall. This is through Sunday morning. And as again, you can see most of the precipitation really misses much of the south. Again, looks like South Florida will be the winner. It's not going to be drought busting, but it will give them a little bit of relief. And hopefully we could see some of this sneak north. But boy, just looking at it right now, I don't think we're going to get much here across North Florida. And then the rest of the south is just going to be still bone dry. So looking ahead to next week, it looks like maybe by the middle of the week we could get a little bit of a front to sag southward, which could be the focus for some much needed rainfall across the south come about Tuesday, Wednesday. So let's hope that happens because we desperately need the rain. But as far as the weekend goes, North Florida and most of the south are going to be dry. I'm looking at the MJO forecast again. Green means good. Green means go. That's how I look at it for the novice. So green is upward motion, which is what we need for tropical development. It definitely helps it. But as you can see through the Caribbean here, and this is forecast through June 23rd, a lot of brown, so it means downward motion. We do get a little, maybe possibly a little uptick here in the Caribbean in about 8 or 9 days, so that could help a little bit. It looks like for the next couple of weeks we're going to be in a quiet pattern here according to the MJO across the tropical Atlantic. That'll be all for today. If nothing develops over the weekend, which it doesn't look likely, my next update will be early next week sometime. So have a good weekend, and let's pray for some rain here in the south. Have a good day.